Hi again, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm back working on the Lambretta scooter engine. In the last video, part 4, I fitted the crank bearings so it was ready to put the crank in, and that will be in this video. I'll be fitting the brand new crank in the engine, and then I'll be fitting the piston and then the cylinder. So that part of the engine should be more or less done then, and then moving forward I'll be doing the gearbox side of things and the other bits and pieces I have to do around the engine to get it back together. But before I get on to that, if this is the first time you've been to my channel, please like and subscribe. It'll help my channel grow, and if you could do that, it'd be much appreciated. And yeah, we might as well get onto this engine and get a little bit more of it put back together. So we're going to get on with that now. Well, here is a new crank there. It's supposed to be a decent make. It was around about £150 for this. The old one had wear on the shaft there. I will show you that. But the problem I have at the moment is that needs to be banged on down to the bottom of there. And I haven't got anything. I've got it to that far with a socket. But now I need a bit of pipe or something to go over that to fully bang that down to there. And then this can actually go in then. And which way is it? It'll go in like that, because that's a bit for the flywheel. So that's that mag housing bit. It's got to go in on top afterwards. So I need to search around and try and find something that will do the job, and then I could possibly get that in tonight, and that would be brilliant because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and it'll be in there. So the crank side of things will be done. The head and the piston will have to go on. That'll probably be the next stage. And then I can start working on the gearbox and clutch side of things and get all this back together, and it will look like a new engine, and all the important bits will be new. A few older bits will be used which were in good condition or are in good condition, and yeah, we can get this back on the scooter. That's my plan at the moment, and get it up and running. Not really worried about the bodywork on the scooter so much at the moment. Just get the engine up and running so I know it's all good, and then we can go from there. So let me try and find a tool for that. So I did it. How I did it, I got the old bearing that I took out of that side, and that actually went over there. So I just put that like that. I put that on first. I could sort of show you that on first. Then I banged it down like that and just put that end on something soft. So yeah, that's done the job there. So that's that sorted. So I can start to think about getting this crank in now. I'm ready to put the crank in now. So if I just put it in there, it's a matter of just sort of feeling it in. And I've got to just look in the end because I don't want the shaft catching on the O-ring, which it is a little bit. Let me check that. It's gone through the middle now. All looks good, springs on there, and it's located where it should do. I haven't got a puller to pull it through from the other side. Ideally it would be good if I did, but I haven't, so I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to tap it in like this. And keep checking as much as I can, because it's going to get to the stage where I'm not going to actually be able to see, and I'm not sure how far it is. It's got to go either, and whether that's gonna, let me see at all. Not really. And I just hope it's going through that oil seal okay, because I cannot see that. So it's just a matter of just keep tapping it down until I'm in place. I think I've got a little way to go yet. I think I might be about there now. I think that is there. I think that's okay. I think that's in. So I'll just double check it, but I'll leave it recording there because I'm sure it's all right. I'll just double check around the other side. Actually, we can do that now. Got it through there. Where are we? Got my finger. Yeah, that's all okay. I will just double check it's can't tap in anymore, but I think that's okay. Like I said, I just hope the oil sealer's all right the other side and I didn't damage it when I was bashing it through, but there's no way I could really check that. So yeah, just have to see how that goes, but everything should be good. So now I'm ready to put the mag housing back on there. All the seals, as you would have seen, and bearings and everything are all in place. So what I've got to do, I'm going to put a bit of sealer on that gasket. I'm using Yamaha blue. So yeah, I'll get on with that in a minute. And I have to pack grease in there on the bearing, because that's all the lubrication it will sort of ever get, because no oil goes in this side at all. So I'm going to have to pack it right out with grease. I'll show you a little bit of that one. You don't need to see it all while I'm keep packing it in there the best I can. And then it slides over there, bolts on with well, there's 3 nuts. I've actually got some new ones for that, and there's some little washers that have got a slight curve in them. They're the original ones. And then there's these 3 bolts as well. They actually hold the stator on, but I'm going to try and screw them in without. I might have to just pack them a little bit so they screw in, because they will come out again when I get round to putting that on. But when I've got this on, I want it to seal on all, how many is there? 6, on all 6 at the moment. So now I'm ready to pack this mag housing with grease on the bearing in there. You can see the bearing. There's seal each side, as you'll have seen earlier. I've got to pack that right out with grease. So I'm using this stuff. I was recommended this by someone who works on scooters, so that's what I'm going with. So it's time to get in a mess, because I will definitely get messy with this, because I always do when I use grease. But I'll try my best and just try and let you see the best you can. You don't need to see all of this, but you can just see a little bit. It's going to take quite a lot. I like the colour of this grease.
You say you do or you don't?
I do. I'll just carry on doing that, but you can see the gist of it. What I'm doing, I'm getting it in there and I'm going to pack that as much as I possibly can, because like I said, that doesn't get lubricated afterwards at all, because there's no oil going into there at all. So it's just sealed both sides. So yeah, I'll pack that full of grease and I'll be back with you. Well, I've packed that now the best I can. There's quite a lot of grease in there. You can see, you might be able to see better from that side. Yeah, I've done that the best I can. So I'm just going to put that to the side. I've got to bring this bit back. And I'm just going to put some of this Yamaha on this side as well. You do have to let it dry just a little bit. I've already done the other side. I did that off camera, but I'll just show you this bit. I'm not putting much on it, but I think they say Rolls-Royce use this stuff, so Rolls-Royce use it, you can't really go too far wrong, I wouldn't have thought. On a machine that was, there's a little bit of muck on there. In a machine that was probably one of the most budget machines in the world when it was new.
What Rolls-Royce?
Scooter. So here goes. It has got to go over that bit there, which does sort of push past the seals a little bit, but hopefully it just slips on okay. The bearing shouldn't be a problem because it's a different type of bearing, as you'll have seen, so that'll go on all right. And just make sure I get this right. Them bits have got to go towards the front because a guard goes onto them. So I'd like this just to sort of slip on with minimal fuss. And actually it has, which is really good. It has pushed some what happened then? Grease has sort of pushed it out a little bit, but I'm just going to get a couple of nuts on it. I don't know the torque settings, they'll just go down tight. Before I'd lost the washer. Or if you can just under there get the small socket set, and there should be number 10 with the extension bar on, please. Sorry, my hand might be in the way a bit, but it's only screwing nuts on, so not really going to be not going to miss much. So there is some grease, like I said, pushed out there, but that can be wiped off in a minute. That's why I suppose they put that type of bearing in, so you can push this part on relatively easy. Otherwise it would be difficult if you had to sort of bang this on, like I had to sort of tap it through the other side. Just going to do them tight. They don't need to be stupidly tight, and I can't do them like anyway because they would break, and I don't want to be dealing with placing studs. So that's that, and I'm going to see if these ones go in. I'm going to drop the little washer now, but they might not go fully in because the stator isn't on, so I might have to pack them out. I'll just see if that one goes, and then I'll do the rest off camera, see if it does go in fully, but the thread depth might not be deep enough. I think that has gone tight, so yeah, I'll just do the last two of them. There's one there to do, one there to do, and then just give everything a wipe down, and then that should be good. Actually, I can test that now a bit. Yep, it's moving. So when we stopped the video last time, I was a little bit concerned because after I put that in, it seemed to be catching inside there. But what I did, I put the nut on near the end and did the same the other side, put the bolt in and just give it a tap each side, and it's sort of located where it should do. I think it probably would have done that anyway when I put the flywheel on. I think I'd have pulled it all right, but I've got it now so it turns over. Do that, I've just got to block it with something. Which way? Well, go both ways, but and it seems to be okay now. Seems to be running nice and freely, so I'm happy with that. So now the crank's in on that bit, I'm going to concentrate next on the pot, which when I had it vapor blasted, he did clean it for me, but it still needs cleaning more. There's gunk in there, if you can see. I'll get a blade in there and clean it the best I can. I'm going to give it a slight dust over with some heat resistant paint. I'm not going to do anything special because there's a cover. The cover's right over this, so you don't see it anyway. But as I'm doing the videos and as I'm going along, it'll just look nicer if it's painted black. So that's what I'm going to do. It's in good condition. So welcome back. It's a few weeks on since I last worked on this Lambretta engine. The last thing I did was put the crank in, which you'll have just seen. So now it's getting the piston on. So I think I'm set up to get this piston in. Firstly, I've just had that small little end bearing in some 2-stroke oil. So we'll get that in there. It's a new one, so I hope everything fits okay. Yep, that seemed to have gone in there okay. So we've done that. I've put that clip in because that's the one that's going to be that side, so I thought I could put that in first. So that's one done. It's gone in there okay. So now I want to get this over there like so. and then get that pin pushed through. Just try to find where it's located. The pin is quite stiff and hard to put through on this, but it has gone. So we've got that there. I'm just going to put a little bit of tissue just under there, just to protect the piston a bit, because I've got the other pin to go in. If I can find that, there it is. Or I say pin, a little clip. So I'll get that in. Quite easy with these ones because they have got the little tab bits on, but they can still ping across the shed, so be careful. But yeah, they're two of the easiest ones I've actually put in. Sometimes it seems like some things are too easy, but they're in place. So that went straight forward, nice and easy. I'm going to get my piston ring compressors now. I've got the pot on the bench, so we can get that slid on, and also I've put the new gasket there as well. But that actually wasn't a brilliant fit really. It's done the job, it'll be okay, but it wasn't. Two of the holes are a little bit out of place, but it slid on there okay, and it's going to be okay. So I'll just get the piston ring compressors, then we'll get this pot on, and we can get that bolted on with the new sort of a vapor blasted head bit that bolts on the end. So it should look quite nice, and that part should be done then. I think I've got this all sorted. I've smeared the bore out with some 2-stroke oil. I've got that on there okay, I think, if I squeeze them together. Just check that that ring is in place. Almost slightly out. Come off now, so we can just get that right. I believe that is pretty good. Let's just check that one. Slightly out, that one. Come on. Happy with that, it's good. So that looks all good. Now I'll get this slipped on. Should be able to see okay where you are. Pass 1, pass 2. If you saw that okay, and then I can get that off now. I don't need that on there. And then we can push that all the way in. Just reposition my block of wood just to hold, which I've been using to hold the engine level. I had one little issue. It wasn't quite clearing the ring down there. I'll try and tip it a bit for you to see. There, I had to push it in with a screwdriver, the first ring. I might have to do that with the second ring as well, but we'll just push that on and see how we go. Might clear the second one. Yep, it has. It's gone on now. So that is on. So I can push that right the way home now. And there we have it. It's okay. So now I'm going to put the other gasket on there. Now put on the gasket. There's actually 3 different ones coming in the gasket set, so I had to make sure I get the right one, but that is the right one. This is the head that goes on. Cleaned up nice. So that looked nice on there, even though it's all covered by a guard anyway. So we'll put that on there, like so. And now I actually have got the guard here. I'm not putting that on yet, but I wanted to know which way it fitted on. It goes on like that, because that's the plug hole there, because there's a different bolt set up there. So I'll get them bolts sorted, and then we'll get that bolted on. So I do know that that one, that's what it is. It goes in there like so, but there's a washer. Actually, I'm 1 washer short, so I'll have to get that sorted in a minute. But we'll get that one started. We can get them all started bar 1. Because I'm only 1 washer short, and I'll have one in the drawer because this is just a standard washer. So that's on. We'll do that one at the bottom and that one there. Sorry about the hands in the way, but it is only putting bolts on. Nothing too technical. Just start them. Just be sure they're the right bolts. Cleaned everything up as best I sort of can. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect, but I just want it to look nice. See, some people really polish the engines up and that, so they're really like, so they've got a chrome really, but it's not really what I'm looking for. I want it to sort of basically look like it did when it come out the factory really, in the end, the scooter, but at the moment it's just the engine part I'm working on. I'll get that other washer. You haven't got to see that. What we'll do though, I'll get that washer, tighten everything up, and then we'll turn it over, see if everything turns over and clears okay, which I can't see any reason it won't. And then, yeah, this part will be done. They're all tight now. I'll just put that one in there because that's what holds that guard on here, just save it being lost. That'll be in place for when I put the guard on. And we'll see if it turns over. It's got no plug in it, obviously, at the moment, but I might have to get a spanner on that though. Might even turn over from this side. Yeah. You won't be able to actually see it, but yeah, that's nice. That's turning over nicely, that is. Can't hear any catching or anything. Just sounds nice. So that's all good. I have put a bit of, like as you saw, some 2-stroke down the bore, but just before I start it up I will put a few drops in there. But at the moment all I'm going to do now is put a spark plug in there just to block the gap up, just in case anything fell in there. But yeah, that's that side done. So now that's all done, going forward with this project, the next things I want to do really is them engine mounts in. There's one there and one there. I want to get them in. I want to get the manifold on. That's just a quick job. So when I do them, I'll probably do the manifold as well. That's all been cleaned up like that, like the head. So that's all nice. There's some bits to install there, so I'll get them done because that's all this sort of that end will be done then. I want to really basically get everything done on this end apart from the stator and that. I'll leave that till the end, and then it's going to be fitting the gearbox bits in. So the next video will be probably though, and I haven't mentioned that, is the kickstart side of things. That's on the casing which goes on there. I've got a few new parts for that, so they'll be put on when I do it. A few little bits were worn, so I've got them. So yeah, it'll be the kickstart will be the next video, and then I'll be back on to the main engine to do them bits I just mentioned, and then finally we'll fit the gearbox back together. I've got new clutch plates and bits and pieces, quite a few new pieces for the gearbox end. So yeah, get all that done, and then hopefully we can get this back together all okay, and it can go back on the scooter and we can have start up, and yeah, could be job done. Getting quite excited really, getting all this back together and getting the engine in one piece again, and then yeah, be nice when I'm kicking it over and we can try it. I have got new, I might have shown you before, I'm not sure, but I have got a new kickstart as well for it. Old one looked rusty and horrible, so I bought a new kickstart, but we'll go into that in the next video because that, like I said, will be the kickstart, getting the kickstart bits all back together on this side panel. So yeah, I'll leave it there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will be along with another video again soon. So bye for now.